Okay, so the next section is going to focus on how to apply for on-campus housing. So one thing that you'll do is one, wait for that email that I told you about earlier from IT where you'll receive your MSM username and password, and then you'll be able to log into eResLife. Okay, on the first time that you log in, you have to click this green button that says activate account, and that'll allow you to set up your account as far as setting up your password. And then once you are logged in, you are going to click the button under recommended actions that says apply for housing. Right? And now I'm going to take you to a live demo of the application. So just bear with me as I switch screens. Okay, so this is a look at eResLife. As I mentioned, once you click apply for housing under recommended actions, that'll take you to this page. And then you will click view available applications. Now, once you get here, you have to select which applies to you. So I am a continuing student. That would not apply to you. That is for our students who are currently here. I am an incoming graduate student or student returning for a new degree. So if you're an incoming graduate student, you'll select this one, or I am an incoming undergraduate student. So if you're going to be a freshman, sophomore, or undergraduate student, you will select this one and then press save. All right, and that'll bring up the application. Sorry about that. Just 1 second. There is a technical issue. Let's see. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, this is the correct application. So you'll see, and it'll tell you the application. This is 2024-2025 academic year application. Press apply now. Press save and continue. This is just telling you to fill it out to the best of your ability. Okay, and so this is the application. Just make sure to read these instructions. This is just providing you with important information, some of which I've already shared with you. This is about your housing agreement, so just paying attention to those dates. If you are someone who's not required to live on campus and then you originally sign up for housing and then decide to cancel, there are some fees for canceling your housing, so just pay attention to those dates. And then just remembering that this is a academic year commitment, so for the full year, fall and spring. If you are someone who needs a medical accommodation, you can complete this form here. It has to be completed by May 1st, and it is a form that a doctor has to fill out. So if you are someone who has a reason for needing maybe a single room due to a medical reason or a double room due to a medical reason, make sure that you have this form completed and submitted to us. If you have an emotional support animal and you would like to request to bring them on campus, there is a process for that. You do have to reach out to our Office of Student Success and talk to them about that process. But you cannot bring any animal onto campus without approval, and the only animals that are approved are ESAs once you go through our process, or service animals. Okay. So the first section of the application is all about you. So you'll be entering in the information that you want us to know. So if you have a preferred name, this is the name that will go on your residence hall door. You'll enter that there. You'll be able to enter your pronouns. You'll enter in information such as your cell phone, which is important for us to be able to contact you if there were any emergencies or reasons that we needed to reach out to you. Select your gender and home country and things like that, everything that is about you. This space here is important for us if you have information that you want us to know. I know sometimes, for example, I've had students share, I'm a trans student, and I would like to live with someone who would respect that And so you can share that information here if you would like to. We are not going to share that with other students, but this just allows us to be able to match you with the best match possible. Okay. And this section here helps us to be able to do that. You can acknowledge the types of roommates that you are welcoming in. We do want to just first say that MSM does not allow any discrimination. So you can't say that you're not accepting of any particular identity, but you can let us know that you are welcoming of different identities so that we can try to match you with the best roommate. You can also select that you prefer not to answer this question. Okay. And then you're able to share preferences for your roommate. You can say, I prefer to live with a man, a woman, someone who's non-binary, or any gender. This is important here. I prefer not to live with someone who smokes, or I can live with someone who smokes. So just paying attention to these sections and being honest about it, because we do use this information to match you with the best match possible. Okay. In this section, you're able to talk about your lifestyle. So again, be honest. If you're someone who wakes up later, then let us know that you wake up later versus saying I wake up early and then would match you with someone who wakes up early, but really you like to sleep in. That won't be a good match. So again, be honest about it. When it comes to cleaning habits, if you are someone who's messier, it's great to let us know that so that we can match you with someone who's not as strict about having cleanliness in the room. Okay, so just pay attention to that. This section focuses on living preferences. So letting us know you prefer to share items or no, I prefer that we each use our own items. Do you prefer to have overnight guests or do you prefer that there are no overnight guests? So again, being honest about this. And then also letting us know what is most important to you. And this is a great question. This allows us, obviously, we might not be able to get you the perfect match where you agree on everything, but at least if you let us know which question is most important, then we can look at that and prioritize that when matching you. Okay, here, this is just allowing you to select your room preference. And one thing to note is that it's not guaranteed. So if you're someone who really wants to live in a single room, just understanding that we do have limited single rooms. So not everyone who wants a single room will have a single room, but you can still list it as your preference. So if you select single room, that'll go over to this side and let us know that that's what you want. If you also want a double room, and you prefer that, you can list that higher by just dragging it. So really, I would say move over the items that you want and then drag and drop what's most important. So if you really prefer a triple room, then you would put that at top. Here is where you select your meal plan. And again, you'll be able to click here to view those rates again. It is required for all on-campus students to have a meal plan. And if you are an off-campus student, you will be placed in a commuter meal plan. Okay. We are introducing something called a fusion floor this year, and this is exciting because you'll live on a floor where it's very diverse and people represented from different countries. Anyone can say that they're interested in this floor. So even if you're a domestic student, we actually would love to see that as well. So if you're interested in this floor, you can say yes. We are going to have different events that celebrate culture, different foods, maybe different trips around New York City. So definitely select this if you're interested. And then there'll just be one question that asks you, what would you like to see within the community? Okay. And then finally, this last section is focused on the housing agreement. So really pay attention to this, read our policies. As an Anderson Hall resident, you are responsible for knowing our policy. You can never say, oh, I didn't know as an excuse. It's important to know the policy so that you can make sure that you're making the smartest and safest decisions while living on campus. And then under each policy, you're able to mark that you agree to it. And these are just some of the policies. Definitely click the link to view the full housing agreement. Okay. So you'll mark that you agree. You'll be able to review more policies here, and then you'll click save and continue. Right? So that is our application. And again, we'll take some questions at the end if you have them. I know people probably have some.